Toejam and Earl, back in the groove. Released March of 2019. Available on all modern platforms. Retailing for $14.99. Toejam and Earl Back in the Groove is effectively just a modern update on the original Toejam and Earl. You'll find the same isometric view, the same randomized presence with every new game. And of course, you're still exploring islands set in a black void as you look for spaceship parts. But that is not to say this is just a graphical update of a classic game. There are new elements added. You have more characters to choose from, including alternates of some characters, all of which have different stats that will subtly affect the gameplay. There are also new mini-games here, one as an endless runner and the other as a rhythm game. Doing either of those can net you some benefits, but at the same time I found myself avoiding them most of the time. I'm also not entirely clear on how important character choice really is in this game. As yes, every character has different stats, but almost everything in the world is randomly generated, so how important are these stats in the actual long run? I also thought the updated graphics lacked charm compared to the original Sega Genesis version, with the graphics of this game looking more like a Flash game I would have played a decade ago than an actual modern game. And that's not to be a slam on 2D graphics in general, as many modern games have done wonderful things with 2D graphics, like Streets of Rage or Hollow Knight. But it is possible that flashier and more refined 2D graphics might not suit Toejam and Earl, as this game isn't really a grand test of skill or series of challenges. You start it up, you explore random maps looking for ship parts. The enemies you encounter aren't really threatening, they're more just silly. Maybe you find all of the ship parts and win the game, maybe you don't. Either way, when you need to de-stress, you're probably gonna pick up the game and do the same thing all over again. So is Toejam and Earl Back in the Groove worth your time and money? Well, it is definitely one of those infinitely replayable games. Maybe not quite as addictive as something like Tetris, but it does have some appeal for an evening where you're very burnt out on a bad or hard day, and you just want a relaxed experience where you can sort of chuckle at the silliness of what's going on. And with a price of only $15, that seems pretty reasonable for what it's offering. So yes, I do recommend Toejam and Earl Back in the Groove. Please do subscribe, comment, like, and tell your friends.